Everyone. I gotta say, I'm always there's a part of me that's always so relieved that you guys all show up for these on a daily basis. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. There's that insecure part of me that's always sitting there going like, maybe no one will show up today. It's possible. So thank you. Okay, it's almost 12:01. Let's get started. Okay, so yesterday you guys got a little bit of my personal political rant. I've since calmed down a bunch, and it made me think of this the thing that happens to us, which is most of the time the human organism is kind of on an autopilot. It's just in reactivity mode to whatever's being presented to it. And of course, we don't control the weather, we don't control other people, we don't control life. And if we're not careful, we're in this constant state of reactivity. Mm. And so one of my favorite expressions here, this comes from my days as a wilderness guide, where I try to help students understand that, when you're out in wilderness for 30 or more days at a time, it's this constant learning lab. And every experience that you have, there's this inflection point where you can either gain self-awareness or learn something from it, or it can just be a happening. So experiences without self-awareness, without self-reflection, are just happenings. They're just events that happen and then we move on, but there's nothing necessarily that we gain from the actual experience. And so I think the keys here are self-awareness and some degree of introspection or self-reflection, where it's like, how did that affect me? And how did I react to it? Or am I in a response mode rather than just a knee-jerk reactivity mode? And so there are, of course, different types of awareness that we can cultivate there. The first one is physical. So what's happening in my body? What are the sensations? Can I kind of do a quick body scan and just explore how's the organism responding or reacting to this experience? There's emotions. So, it goes from the physical sensory experience into a feeling tone. Oh, this leaves me feeling heavy or anxious, or fill in the blank. Then there's, of course, the psychological component. This has a lot to do with what's the story that the mind is spinning about this experience, and am I aware of it? Or most of the time, I think, me included, I'm just, things are just happening and my mind spins a story or some explanation around what's happening, and off I go in reaction. And then last but not least, there's also the social relational piece. How is this experience in the body, the emotions, my explanatory style, how's that affecting how I'm now interacting with other people in my life? So the trick, of course, is this sense of self-awareness and learning how to flex that awareness muscle in the moment to be able to gain some sense of what is going on in my body, my emotions, my mind, and so forth. So I thought today we can we can practice that. So as always, let's start with just closing our eyes and slowing down. One of the hiccups, one of the barriers to self-awareness is the speed with which we're usually engaged with life. It's very fast. So thoughts, feelings, sensations, they kind of come at us at a very rapid rate. So one of the first things to do is to learn how to just slow down, to give ourselves a chance to catch up and just notice. It's a good question to ask in this moment. What are you noticing in this moment about your state of being? Maybe it's really calm and equanimous. Maybe it's really speedy and frantic. So it is what it is. There's no right answer here. So this first step is just noticing. And I can often tell when I close my eyes the extent to which there's activity in my eyes or in my eyeballs gives me a sense of the state of my nervous system. So, for example, right now I notice my eyes are, even as they're closed, lots of colors, lots of shapes, lots of movement. See if you can just become aware of what's happening with the eyes right now. The really key here is we're not trying to change anything. We're simply observing and just noting, oh, this is the kind of energy or the kind of movement. This is what's happening in the eyes right now. And then see if you can expand that awareness or that sense of noticing to other parts of the body. How's the head feel? The neck and shoulders, and the chest and belly, spine, and just noticing raw sensation, hips, legs, the way down to the feet, bringing awareness to what is in the body. And then becoming aware of how usually these sensations in the body translate into some kind of feeling tone. So how'd you say the body feels? How do you feel in this moment? There's some words that or descriptors that come up for feelings. Is there levity? Is there heaviness? And shifting our awareness to the mind. Sometimes we associate that with the head. Just notice how's the mind in this moment. Noticing words, images, stories, memories. It's going to be shifting awareness back to just the physical sensations in the body, seeing how those affect or translate into a feeling tone, feelings and emotions, and noticing what thoughts or beliefs or ideas are connected to all of that. And depending on what you find or notice, maybe asking yourself the question, and how does all of that affect my relationship with others, myself? The body's feeling agitated and we're feeling anxiety. We're telling ourselves lots of stressful stories about the future. Chances are really good it's going to affect how we relate to others as ourselves. If the body feels relaxed, so calm and safe, we're noticing pleasant thoughts, calm thoughts, just noticing how that might affect relationship with others. Oftentimes, just bringing awareness to these different parts of self, so the body, the emotional body, the cognitive body, that in and of itself can stimulate a kind of relaxation or calm. It's because we're dealing with reality at that point. We know what's actually happening. It opens up the possibility of choice and agency. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, slow exhale through the mouth, noticing how the out breath affects the body, the mind. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale through the nose, and let's sip. Slow exhale. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do one more with a sip. So in through the nose and out. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and open your eyes. Come on back to the session. Like I could keep going for quite a while. course, you're welcome to. Once we hang up, just keep going if you want to. But yeah, hope that was a useful reminder. Like it's all just happening all the time, and if we're not aware of it, it has the propensity to just jerk us around a bit. So take care, everyone.